In this video, I'm going to talk about page layout in Microsoft Excel and how you can manage the page layout and you can add the titles that are repeating in each page. So let's get started. Consider this sheet from previous video. So I copied a little more rows and added to the bottom of this one. Right now, when you click on print preview, as you can see, it's shown here, and we have a second page here. But at the top, there is no title here. So now let's add the a repeating title at the top. So here we have this page layout tab. From here we can select this dialog box from here, or from any one of these you can also go to this dialog bar here. From here we have a tab called sheet, and it's saying that repeat at the top. So when we click here, in the Excel will allow us to select the repeating title. So I click these two rows here and click back here and click OK. Now if we go to the print preview, you can see that these top rows are repeating at page 2, 3, and so on. The next thing we want to do is let's format a little bit this one. Let's say I want to make it this bigger, and this one also bigger, and also this one. So I'm making it big to show what I meant about page layout. Now, right now, as you can see, we have here the layout, and the padding around the page is a little bit more. Sometimes if we have a lot of data, then we need to somehow minimize the margins and the padding of the sheet. So right now I'm going to do that here. Now I add another column here. I click insert and it will add it for me. So I name it code here, the student code, and I just give it a number. Let's say AB-1, and I drag it. So from here up to the bottom, I just created a bunch of code. It doesn't matter what it is. Just we are focusing here on the layout. So when I click back here, as you can see, this part of the grids have been removed because it is now outside this border, this dotted border, as you can see here, because now it's out of the page layout. So what we can do to try to use this page and put this data inside the page layout. So I go to the page layout tab, and from here I click margins and custom margin. Actually, before that we have other options here. Let's say we have this narrow thing. As you can see now, with narrow we have now more space. As you can see, this dotted border which show the current page area is now came from here to here because I narrowed the margins of the page. So now when I click here, as you can see, we have the page, but the margins are very less here, as you can see now. Okay, we can also customly change this one by clicking in here, and I can change here. Let's say I wanted to make it to 0.9 or 0.5, something like that. And here we can also make it a little bit narrower. So I can give it, let's say, like 0.5, and also there. So in this way we can change it. Also I can give a footer area, or I can make it to 0 to have more space to put more data in our page. And click here. Now let's go back and see it. Now, as you can see, we have less areas in the top and in above and in left and right. So sometimes, let's say we have more data. What we need to do, let's say I want to add the folder name here also. Insert another table, the folder name, and let's say folder name, and we just give it some data here. So I drag it here, just some garbage data to fill this table. Now we again our data is outside of the table, outside of the page. So what we do now is we can also change the direction of the page here from portrait to landscape. When I click now, as you can see, we have the border here. Now the pages change from portrait to landscape in this way. Right now we can add more data to this page also. Let's say I had another table, another column. Let's say I name it remarks. So I give it a width of more than 3 cells here. Now we can have a remark here, and I border this part also. I use the bordering from Home tab. I use all borders, and we go back to the print preview. Now, as you can see, we have more space to put data. In this way, we use the page layout, the margin, and other options here to use the Excel to change the page layout for us based on our need.